Essential service workers like nurses, doctors and others like us will be working today. Our reporter Masego Rahlaga is at the Wanderers taxi rank and brings us the latest from there. Masego, a very good morning to you. You've been out since very early this morning. What are you seeing in terms of people adhering to the rules and restrictions at the moment?
Good morning, Yuveka. Well, I've never seen the Johannesburg CBD this quiet, actually, even in December and during Easter. This part of South Africa is usually a buzz and is usually very busy. So what I'm going to do for you and the viewers, Yuveka, is to just give you a 360, view of what's happening where we are with my colleague Teddy. I'm going to come off shot a little bit here and there. So as you can see, here is a meat market that obviously is open because, they supply food to people who need the food. So as you can see there are people in the store, but it's not a lot of people. But I assume that at some point, they need to make sure, the management at the store needs to make sure that not 100 people are inside that store. It's quite small, so I'm hoping that that's what the management will do. Now, if you look onto this side now, Yuveka, you'll see the street is completely empty. When you look at the standards of the Johannesburg CBD, you can say that it's empty. You can see a few cars and a few people walking around, and those essential service workers who are cleaning the street from Pick It Up. Of course, I would assume that this is the perfect opportunity for Pick It Up to try and clean the Johannesburg CBD. Now, if you come onto this side, Yuveka, you see the taxi rank, the Wanderers taxi rank, Yuveka. When I arrived here, I was quite shocked because in December we did a few stories about people who are traveling home, and this taxi rank is for those long-distance trips, Zimbabwe included, for instance, and it's completely empty of people. It's usually much fuller than this, and I'm sure the dirt here at the taxi rank can tell you how many people usually come here on a daily basis. But as you can see, a few taxis here and there, but really not much happening at the Wanderers taxi rank. Now, if we turn again the other side, and as you can hear, there's also those sirens. You'll see those Metro Police vehicles passing through at any moment now, Yuveka. They are transporting the homeless, for instance, to take them to places of safety. You can see the vehicles by the police, mostly the Gauteng Traffic Police, as well as the Metro Police Department. But Yuveka, let me try and see if I can get one or two South Africans who can tell us whether or not they've heard about the bad news that South Africa has recorded 2 deaths. Baba sabanunjani? Engizakuphathela Mike. Ngitshele baba, uzwile ukuthi South Africa isinabantu abayi2 abashonile kule coronavirus. Usuzwile?
Mina nguzulu igama lami, isibongo nguzulu. Ngumusika.
Ngisho ukuthi uzwile ukuthi iSouth Africa iconfirmile ukuthi khona abantu ababili abashonile eWestern Cape because of the virus.
Uyazi mina mangicabanga lezo zinto mama zibulala abantu abaflyayo, thina asifly sila eMzansi waya. Uyazwa ngithini ko iANC isilethele ama-foreigner eMzansi, yiko kunalezo zifo. Mina ngibelieve lapho ngabe icosha bonke labantu ihlulwa yini ukubabopha.
Okay, Baba Baba. Okay, Yuveka, he's actually talking more about, he's not really answering my question. I guess he didn't hear about the deaths. He's saying that South Africans would have not gotten the COVID-19 had government actually shut down our ports of entry a long time ago. He believes that it's foreign nationals that brought COVID-19 here. Sawubona maninjani? Ngiyaphila ma usuzwile ukuthi South Africa isirekhode abantu ababili abashonile from icorona.
Andikhandive sisi.
Manje uyabona ama South Africans amanye abalaleli igovernment methi sihlale ekhaya, abanye basaphuza basayenza amaphathi. Khona manje sekunabantu abayi2 abashonile South Africa. Ucabanga ukuthini kuma South African ngale rule igovernment ithi sihlale ekhaya?
Ndibona inobunzima kakhulu lonto lo kugovernment yazama ukusiza, but the way nenza ngakhona and ngiyabona izinga labantu abagula esibhedlela babangakanani na. So ngendlela nenza ngaba abantu bagcwele esitratweni kuthiwa abantu bahlale ngaphakathi ezindlini.
Well, Yuveka, just to translate quickly, Mama is saying that she hasn't heard about the deaths, but at the same time she doesn't understand why South Africans are not staying at home. It shouldn't be that difficult. She says that this is for our safety and she's pleading with South Africans to please adhere to the rules. Sisi, how are you?
Ngiyaphila njani?
Ngiyaphila sisi, wena okay, ngisho uzwile manje ngoba sengitshela mama ikenza ukuthi uthuke nyana as a South African ukuthi manje sesinabantu abashonile.
Yeah, ngenza ngithuke kakhulu because abantu batsheliwe ukuthi bahlale ezindlini but abantu babonakala ngaphandle.
Well, she's saying the same thing, Yuveka. You know, she says that she's also hearing from me right now about the 2 deaths that we've recorded in South Africa, and she doesn't also understand why South Africans are not adhering to the rules and staying home. They were here, if my colleague Teddy would just show you, they were here to just get a few groceries. They are one of those South Africans who had to go to work throughout the week and didn't have the time to go to the shops, and that's why they were here to get a few groceries. But they're saying, South Africa, please listen to the government and stay at home. Buti, I believe you also want to speak.
Molo sisikunjani?
Ngiyaphila Buti munjani?
Igama lami ngothando ndiphanda la ePark Station ngiphathisa abantu impahla kuze ndibe nemali. First of all now uyabona ixesha kusemini ngokulana sikuthola ukudla sizokwazi ukuthenga ukudla endlini. Ngoka ninakudla first of all imali enayo is only 6 rand nansi 8 rand nansi imali enayo ngizothenga ntoni apha ngale mali apho kufanele ndincede abantu ndiphathise endlini aninanix. How about ugovernment ayireduce lento le iyehle kancinci siswami or ethi singabantu first of all akahlise lento le 21 days noba ingaba yi10 days ke 5 days yana
abantu bashonile butwana
mamela siya understand lonto le nabo abantu balele esitratweni bababhemi inyawo ngopho oqala onekhonoro kwabo bantu first of all ne thina sibaza abantu banekhonora first of all because even amapolice nxa kuthiwa akubamba ne akubamba abakufake lento asiyazi thina lento kahle kahle singabantu abamnyama seswami savote kule country le safumana freedom but today sekujikelwa kwathina ngoku sithi ngoku after you vote sithi ngoku abantu abarongo sekufanele thina ngoku sisibe ngathi sise-prison asibi into zabantu first of all we try our best ukuthi siphile. You understand? I remember the day in the vote and the vote president didn't get any ID. Those are temporal ID because I want to go as a freedom person up in South Africa. Now my police I ask Bob Asenza I want to write to Kubamba even one because I see as it in the corner of Tetwangai. Thank you.
Dabulela Putwami, Yuveka, very frustrated South African, speaking in his class, saying that he is one of those people who work at the Wondrous taxi rank. He usually assists people who have big bags. Like I said to you, Yuveka, this taxi rank is one of those taxi ranks that does long distance trips. So people would come here with luggage, and he's saying that, you know, he's one of those people that gets money from doing that. All he has right now is 8 rand, and he asked me the question, what is he going to do with 8 rand? So some South Africans really adhering to the rules, saying, and those who, or rather pleading with those who are not to please do that. But some South Africans showing frustration, like this man I spoke to last, saying how is he supposed to make some of his money. And actually, Yuveka, he even went to the extent of saying that the government must reduce the lockdown to 10 days. So very mixed reaction here, and most people are actually finding out from us here on ENCA, Yuveka, that we've recorded 2 deaths in South Africa.
Understandably frustrating, very sad. It is the reality, Masego. And let's hope that with the military and the SAPS making their rounds, that when they hear stories like this, they will direct these people, like that gentleman you spoke to a place where they hopefully can get some kind of assistance and some kind of help. And I'm very concerning as well that I can see I can see children who are out and about. And I wonder, Masego, if I can just keep you for a couple of seconds longer, just whether when we saw the police going through earlier, did they actually stop and ask these people why they were out and what they were doing and what their plans were to get back home? Did you see any kind of interaction there?
I definitely did, Yuveka. When we arrived here about 30 minutes ago, we did see police officers stopping some of the taxi drivers who are driving around to, for instance, make sure that they have half the load. And that's the rule from government. They were also stopping people who are walking on the streets, drinking in public. They were stopping those people and taking those bottles and throwing them away. So we did see some activity, and as you saw with that truck that went past taking the homeless people. So here and there we see some activity, but I think most of all what the JMPD as well as the Gauteng traffic police officers are really doing is putting their cars on the roads to try and maintain law and order. So yes, Yuveka, that's what's been happening here in the Johannesburg CBD this morning.
Okay, we'll leave it there for now. Thanks very much, Masego Rahlaga, as you heard her in the Joburg CBD there, Tony. And yes, it is the reality. We're going to hear lots of sad stories. A gentleman with 8 rand in his pocket. How is he going to get through 21 days? But unfortunately, there's going to be collateral damage.
It's almost tough love, isn't it? We have to do this, because if we don't do this, the consequences could be dire.
Yeah, we don't want to be in Italy or a US at the moment, or China as well.
Very true. Okay.